What's up, guys? My name is Trey. I'm here with my good buddy 60 to produce the first video he's made in how many months?
3.
In honor of Baby No Money, if you know, you know. I have a can of Veg-all here, straight out the cabinet, not heated up or anything. Eat your veggies, if you know, you know.
Oh, what the fuck?
She got a big booty, let me come and bounce on it. She tryna cut me with some rings, but I ain't Sonic. Santa called me, said I been real naughty. I ain't smoking mid, bitch, only smoke chronic. I'm a big.
Alright, on to the first album. We got Baby Gravy, the original, the OG.
The original of the three Baby Gravies that Baby No Money and Young Gravy had put out in their time of knowing each other, which is actually a very long time, but also not an album.
Yeah, it's technically an EP, but we're keeping it here just because it's weird to not have Baby Gravy OG without 2 and 3. So, Baby Gravy EP was released in 2017. It was one of their first albums, both of them respectively. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ass.
It's not just kind of ass. It's very, very bad. But I didn't actually start listening to his music on my own until I had Rotisserie, which is the track 1 on Baby Gravy. I had that in my Apple Music recommended, and I listened to it, and I didn't really like it, but I think I saw potential, and then I just listened to more Baby No Money stuff, and then I found Tony Thought, and that's where I really fell in love.
I think Rotisserie is like pretty much the best song on the album, but I'm not saying it's good. Like,
I disagree. I would say it's either whipping or booming.
And when I say it's ass, I'm comparing that to the rest of his discography. And I've heard a lot of rappers' discographies. So to call Baby Gravy ass is just stacking it up against Baby No Money's discography. And he, as we'll see, has a pretty good one.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking I'm probably going to put Baby Gravy in. I'm probably going to have to put it in F tier to start out with. I'm not going to lie.
It was easy F for me. I did it before we started talking.
Yeah.
Really big fan of this one.
Actually. Really?
I am a certified bubbling fan. That's one of my favorite songs of his. This is also technically an EP. It's released as an album, as a collab album, but a stickler like me to the rules of albums will tell you that for something to be an album, it has to be 10 songs long at least. So I'm not counting it a full album.
I don't know. It's very solid, but I don't think it's above B tier. I'd probably put it in C tier at most.
I think it holds up. I think calling it C tier at most is a little bit egregious because
you could probably talk me into putting whatever at A, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. I think that it has some really high highs, and I don't think its lows are low enough for me to justify giving it C. So stacked up against the rest of his discography, I'd say it's perfectly mid. I'm putting it at B.
I'm not saying that anything on his on it is bad at all. I fuck with all of Baby No Money's music. I like all of it. But when I say it's lower tier, that's just compared to the rest of his discography. Recess next, then
Recess next.
Boy, oh boy, do I love to talk about Recess.
I personally think that Recess is probably my favorite because it simply has the most bangers on it out of.
It's got some really good songs.
It's got really good songs like Bunk, it's got Jurassic, it's got Thankful, it's got fucking 7, it's got Banana, it's got so many fucking hits on here.
Also, just like to make a shout out to the fact that tracks number 6, 7, 8. One of my favorite runs in any album. Bunk to Nursery to Shining is just that is a godly ungodly 3-track run.
My friend who went with me to a Baby No Money concert before he blew up off of La La La, his favorite song is Jurassic, which is an amazing... track 1 being Jurassic is such a good intro to this album. That's a great intro track.
That's valid. That's valid, because Jurassic does have a really good start to the album. Like, that's... Like, that's all you need to have, like, a perfect album. Like, once you have a perfect good, like, starter track, and then it just keeps on the pace with it, like, you can't rank it low. For me, Recess is going in S tier.
I have it at A.
A?
I have it at a respectable A.
It's going to be hard to put something in S tier because, as you know, there's one album on this list for me that's a clear S, and I don't know if any other song in any other album in his discography is as good as that one to me.
Yeah. But me personally, I love Recess. I have it on vinyl, which makes it like 10 times more to love it since I have it signed too. And like I just like it's just a really good album to have, and not a lot of people know about it. I really think a lot of people should know about it. Very, very, very solid album. It does have Tony Thought on it, so that automatically kicks it above like mid-tier automatically.
You think that one, if you're ranking songs specifically, maybe, but like, do you think that Tony Thought saves this album from being mid?
No, because it also has Bad Girl. It has Too Easy. Oh, it also has Don't Tell Me Shit either. That one is a sleeper song.
I think that it's not a bad project. I just think that it went under the radar because I don't see anything other than Tony Thought and Bad Girl on the album that makes it an album that should be above the radar.
Okay.
So it's safe to say I didn't like that one.
Okay. I think Too Easy is a really good song just because it's got a really good beat to it. It's got a really good hook, and it's got a very interesting music video to go along with it.
His production in this era, I'm not saying it's better than it is now. It's definitely not. He has better production now, and he still has his own style of production. But when you think of Baby No Money type beat, you think of a type beat from Baby Steps or Recess or whatever. You don't think of Bag or Die or My Oh My or even I Don't Care at All. You're thinking of these early Baby No Money albums was where he really found his kind of woodblock.
These specific sounds that he'll make a whole track out of that are only specific to him.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that, especially in today's rap game where everybody just uses, it sounds like everybody's using the same kit. Like,
yeah,
literally.
I do agree. I'm going to put it in B tier. I really like this album. It's got a couple standout features, but there's a lot of just like songs that I really don't like listen to that much.
No.
And that leads us to I Don't Care at All.
Okay, so it would have been right before this album then. Yeah. I can tell my story now.
Is La 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 on any of his albums? Or is that just has that always been a single? Yeah. So it was right after La 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 had released before it actually blew up yet. Because again, I had found him in 2017 and had been following him for a while. And he was releasing snippets of La 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 on IG before like he had really blown up. And I was telling people about it and kind of became, dude, I can remember so vividly. I was going to baseball practice every day and I just would not shut up about this guy, Baby No Money, that none of my friends had knew. And of course it didn't help that I was watching the Misfits super heavy at this time. So I was hearing him in every outro. I was hearing him on the podcast. I was seeing all these snippets for La La La, and I forgot what date it was. It was either like June 7th or like July 17th or something with a 7, that the whole thing was like he was telling people to post like La 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 June 7th or whatever the date was. Yeah. And I had got my whole baseball team, just because they had seen how excited I was for it, I had got my whole baseball team saying La 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 June 7th, like everywhere we went. Like at school, we would say it at tournaments, we would say it at games, at practices. We would make a fly ball out in the center and somebody would go La 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 June 7th. I think if you swapped it Gone Last with Bad Thoughts, this might be an S tier album.
I agree, 100%. That's my only gripe with the album, but I do enjoy Bad Thoughts. And Shining on My Ex, has a banger ass music video with Trevor Wallace and Y2K and Baby Gravy, and it's such a good fucking song. I think Shining on My Ex is probably the best song on the album, in my opinion. Next, we do actually have Baby Gravy 2. It's Baby Gravy 2. How are we feeling about this?
I think I might have a hot take for this album, actually.
Ooh, okay, let's hear it.
I think that this album is better than Recess.
Really?
I think so.
Like, what's your reasoning behind it? Because I really want to hear it.
I think that while the lows, I mean, it really just depends on your taste.
Lows are low to me because Myrtle Beach is not a sleeper to me. I don't like that song. But that means that the only other song on this one that I don't like is Off the Goop, and both of those are still, Myrtle Beach and Off the Goop are still listenable. But I have like Bandsville is like a 9 out of 10. Justin Bieber Wrist is like a 10 out of 10. Go Bananas is like a 10 out of 10. Gasoline Part 2 is like an 8 out of 10. Welcome to Chili's is like a 12 out of 10. I Don't Know is like a 15 out of 10. And Shining on My Ex is like a respectable 8 out of 10 as well. So it's like, I don't know if I can say the same. I don't know if while Recess has probably higher peaks, I don't think the consistency is there in that album like it is on Baby Gravy 2.
Very, very profound way to look at it. I do agree with you that it's on the same scale of Recess, but I don't think it's as good. Again, it does have really standout tracks like Go Bananas, Shining on My Ex, fucking like everything on the album. I'm putting Baby Gravy 2 in S tier.
Oh, you about to let me talk for a second.
Ooh.
Because look at our next album.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
All right. So before you go on your little rant, I'm gonna spit what I have to say before you go off. So I have Good Luck, Have Fun on CD, and I agree. It's a good album. Let me check the track list real quick. That way I'm not fucking missing anything.
2 hours later.
Man in the Mirror, it's got Mahogany, it's got Bubbles, I'm a Me, Jack Money Bean, Astrology. Ooh. It's really hard to hate this album. But there's also a couple songs on here that I just personally think are lower than a lot of his other discography.
Is that, here's the deal. This album is like a crazy, it's a crazy accomplishment to have an album like this, because I was talking about Baby Gravy 2, right?
Yeah.
I said I only didn't add 2 songs of the 10, and I still put it at A tier.
Yeah.
This album for me is S tier.
And I don't have RGB on my list. I don't have Jack Money Bean on my playlist. I don't have Bubbles. I don't have Mahogany. I don't have On One, and I don't have Feeling Good. But this album is still 10 times better than Baby Gravy 2, because the highs on this album, this has, in my opinion, his best song ever released on it, which is Man in the Mirror.
Yes. Man in the Mirror is such a fucking good song. It does clear a lot of the album, but I also think that one song can't make up for a lot of the other songs on the album.
it's like, okay, this album is already like certified at least mid, and then you get to keep up, and you're like, okay, I'm at a 6 out of 10, and then you hit Jag Money Bean, and it's not my favorite, but it's like, okay, it didn't ruin it at all. And then you have this run right here.
Me, backwards, and you're like, okay, 8 out of 10 at least. And then you hit Bubbles, Mahogany, and you're like, right when you think you're at a low point, that low point is capitalized on by his best song in his discography, and it's like, Man in the Mirror listening to this in the actual run of the album is like crack. This is such a good album.
The low points on the album kind of go too low when you're first starting off, but the highs get really high. I think this is the, I know you're gonna put this album in S tier, but I think yeah, this song or this album is sitting perfectly in A tier for me. Now we're on to My Oh My.
This one has Help Herself on it, which is a lot of people's favorite Baby No Money song, and I don't have good things to say about it. I think the only good song on this whole EP is Sorry.
Yeah, because they did the collab with bbno or whatever their name is. I mean, I prefer the original Help Yourself to the second one, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, My Oh My, Help Herself, Sorry, I really like this album, or EP, my bad, but it's definitely not his best. I'm probably gonna put it in, it's a good middle album. I'm putting it in C tier.
I have it at F.
F, okay.
I have it at F. I don't have it below Baby Gravy, but I definitely have it at F. Again, when I'm ranking this discography, I have to think about
how these albums stack up against each other. Because I can't just put everything at C or higher. You know, if you're looking at his discography as a whole, there's going to be at least one F. For me, there's only 2, and it's this one and Baby Gravy.
Probably ranked higher than this album on my list, but I don't think any other album besides OG Baby Gravy is going below D tier. That leads us into the next album, which is Eat Your Veggies, and this is where I got started on Baby No Money. This is
where you got started. This is crazy that you're 2017, 2018, 2019, 2022. You were started on Baby No Money at least 4 years, maybe 5 after I was listening.
I know, and it hurts my soul. I wish I knew about this motherfucker beforehand. I would have went to every single show I possibly could have.
One thing about Baby No Money is that he really likes releasing in October.
I've noticed that. It's very interesting. Like, this is when this album came out too. Like I listened to it like technically before it came out, because I got started pretty much on Help Herself. But this is where I got to see Baby No Money grow and watched him make better music, I guess.
On one hand, it
has the best Baby Gravy song released. What's up? On one hand, that's just my own opinion. Of course, you could give it to whatever Baby Gravy song you want to. There's some really good ones like Welcome to Chili's and I Don't Know, and everything from their new album that we'll get to in about 2 albums. However, this one is easily my favorite. On the other hand, I'm gonna cut it straight. This album is C tier.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to put it in B tier because it's also got 2 time zones. It's got What's Up.
And What's Up are the only 2 songs I like off this album.
The perfect definition of a B tier album, in my opinion. Now we'll move on to Bag or Die, which I have some fun trivia.
We are now in current era Baby No Money.
Yes. So with Bag or Die, I have some interesting things to say about it. First off, this is Baby No Money made this within 7 days. When this album came out, I really didn't listen to it until like a month later because I was just so busy listening to trying to grow other shit, like grow more of a discography, which still hasn't really materialized, but still. Right. But Bag or Die, ooh, I really love a lot of the songs on this album. It's probably my second most listened to Baby No Money album.
One of my favorite things about Baby No Money to this day, and I'm reading the Bag or Die kind of like paragraphs that they put together for you for popular albums, and it says that 7 years and 7 records into the game, Baby No Money is still figuring out the purpose of releasing a proper album. He says, for me, making an album just means you're bored of this period of time and you're not touring. I love making music, and an album just means I made too much music to release it as singles. There's no narrative arc or anything. I'm just putting some of my favorite songs on an album together. I wish I had a better story. I'm
like baffled. I just like, you really put it so well. I agree. that's the size of it.
Let's rank it. I think it's hard to give this below an A. I don't have it at S. I think this is his best A tier, though. I think this is probably better than I Don't Care at All.
Yeah, I think for me, Baby Gravy 2 and Bag or Die could switch places, and I'd be fine with it. But as it stands, I think Bag or Die has a really good production. Probably one of his best productions as an album. Yeah, that's like the perfect way to put it.
And we see that again on his most recent release, which. Again, he doesn't make albums to make albums, and with that last one, you can't really tell. With this one, you can, and you don't care. This is a great album.
Amazing.
You don't even care that, like, you can put this on shuffle, it doesn't matter. You can put this on shuffle any day of the week. This will put you in a good mood.
I agree. This probably has some of his best music that I think he's ever made, in my opinion.
It's a good album. It's a fun album.
Let's see what we have. So do you have any S tiers?
Yes. I'm gonna go in order of like what I'd put it in rank. So I'd probably put Recess is my favorite album from him, and then it goes to Baby Gravy 2 and then Baby Gravy 3, or Baby Gravy 3 and then Baby Gravy 2.
Is that all S tiers?
All S tiers.
Okay, that's respectable.
What do you have in your S tier?
I only have one. It's Good Luck, Have Fun.
Okay. And then A tier, I have Bagger.
A tier is my most populated tier.
Yeah. A tier is probably Bag or Die, Good Luck, Have Fun, and then Baby Steps.
We almost agree. If I had the albums that you had in S tier, then we pretty much agree.
But I have Bag or Die, then I Don't Care at All, then Baby Gravy 2, then Baby Gravy 3, and then Recess, in that order.
Wow. Okay. And then...
So yeah, I think his top 3 albums are Good Luck, Have Fun, Bag or Die, and then I Don't Care at All.
Valid. That's a valid stance to have.
Well, if you made it to this far into the video, thank you for watching. I know this is a long one, where I just yap about Baby No Money for way too long, and thank you for watching it, at least if you did make it this far. Thank you to Trey for being a part of the video. Before I go, have to give a shout out to my boy Cloud and my boy BrokeG, who both edited this video and actually made it worth watching and actually got it out at a decent time. So shout out to them. Go check them out. Their stuff's linked in the description. But yeah, before I go, more videos coming soon. Leave the sign back there. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I will be sure to see you guys in the next one if the Mafia doesn't come for me for the amount of money that I still owe them. So thank you for watching, and peace out. Mwah.